Here we go, guys. We are talking about how to land. Oh, gotta get the pops out. Yeah, that was actually from the groin there, that big pop. We're talking about how to get the kicks up to head level. Oh, another pop there. But make sure we fake them, not just blast it up and hope it lands, or just come off a traditional left hook to the right high kick. Those will work sometimes, but today we're doing the tricky high kicks that have a higher likelihood of landing. Okay, if you're gonna follow along with this episode, make sure you get a couple little stretches in beforehand. I don't want you to just get off the chair, blast a high kick and pop something the way I just did before, but at least my pops feel good. It's like a release as opposed to something popping and going, uh-oh, yeah, I'm done for today. So we're focused on how to land head kicks, basically with fakes. There's a number of ways to do this, and we're gonna touch on somewhere between 4 and 6 varieties today. The first one that I really like is playing around with timing from a punch to a kick. So traditionally, if I come off a left arm to a right kick or right to left, there's that traditional beat, just like a metronome where you're gonna bump, 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 bump. But if we can come off the same limb, either left to left or right to right, we can use the punch as a fake. So instead of going 1, 2, 3, 4, we go 1, 2, 3, 4. And that timing right there is really gonna throw people off. What happens is they commit, let's say, to blocking a cross. You throw an orthodox cross at me, I come and I parry. What happens as I parry? Well, the side of my head has gone from covered to now exposed. But the trick being, it's very easy for me to pull my hand back. That's the time you have to get that kick off. So you basically have to have the timing between the punch and the kick be faster than that. It's gotta be bam. And we'll see fighters like Israel Adesanya use this very well. Somebody who's clever when they throw and not just trying to muscle shots. So when you do this one, remember the cross is just a fake. It's just a pump out, and as soon as I start this motion, I'm already investing in my kick. If I come off the lead side, I'll probably fade back just a little bit, or off to my right, I'll throw my jab, boom, 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 and try to get that shot, the head kick, up very quick. So the timing between the punch and the kick is just boom. That's the first fantastic way to land a head kick. The next thing which we can do is fake with our eyes. We don't always have to keep our eyes pointed right here. Some people watch eyes. It's a mistake. Don't do it. But if you are seeing somebody who's watching your eyes, you could be moving around. You can look down. You could just be at waist level. Could be down to the leg. You look down and then come high with your kick. And you actually make the glance downwards, not just with your eyes, but your whole head. But obviously, as I look down there, I can still see the camera using my peripherals, right? So I look down, make them think that I'm really focused there, and they'll either come with a check or they'll commit too low if they're watching me. And then when I've come from here, I blast up. It doesn't seem like it should work, but it really does. Fake number 3 takes a little piece from the first one which we did, which was the cross to the round kick. But what we're gonna do here is we're actually gonna push our opponent backwards. This is very Peter Arts style. What he would do is he would be in the pocket with somebody really tight, forearm to forearm, and he would push out either with one arm, boom, or with two. As you shove somebody back, some people will stand their ground and they'll keep their hands up nice and high. That's great. Other people, as they get pushed back, will start maintaining range with the arms. As soon as you get pushed backwards, like this, you're open for the high kick. So if you end up in that position where you're really tight with somebody, you're here, and you see that opportunity to give them a little shove, you just go boom, boom. And again, it's that timing, boom. It's really fast. I don't wait for them to be out of range and then start my kick. I push and start my kick right after. If you can get somebody extending their arms, this is gonna work great. Next, let's go for a fan favorite. The question mark kick, which I call the Brazilian kick. Many people do, because The guys who actually started using this that really drew attention to it were the fighters from Brazil, guys like Glauber Fatosa. He would come off his lead leg, he fakes his front kick, pumps it up, maybe he'll throw one first, he'll throw a second, he lifts and transitions to the round kick. This one obviously works because as people go to block a front kick, they're gonna drop their hand from their head in whatever method they end up using. So as you lift up, you come across. A couple things that I've noticed that make this kick far more effective is number one, don't pivot on your front kick. Hold the pivot as you lift the front kick, and then once you're up here, now you pivot to snap your hip completely over. In addition, extend your front kick just a little bit in the chamber position. So instead of just coming up here, where you're going, oh, they might not really believe the front kick is gonna fully commit, come out part way with your foot. You could sort of come from here and give a little twitch and then draw the kick completely over. So up and over, up and over. And this one, if you can get the foot above the knee, so you come here and you get that foot up above, now you're coming down on that drop angle, which makes it very difficult for somebody to block because you're coming above their guard. The last little trick which I want to give you today is not so much a fake, like I'm going to throw something or I'm going to draw their attention somewhere else to open them up. It's actually waiting on them to throw an attack, most likely a hand attack, and then use the space created to land the high kick. But there's a trick behind this. Normally, if I go to throw a punch at you, you are in punch range. You're not in kick range. So for me to think, okay, the guy's gonna punch, and as he exposes his head, I'm gonna high kick him, I'm gonna feel a little bit jammed. What am I gonna do to solve this problem? Well, I'm gonna take a little jump backwards as I kick. So instead of just kicking, I'm gonna jump with my lead foot backwards, so I land at an ideal range for that round kick. Now if somebody goes to throw a jab at me, I've done two things. Number one, I've created range between us, so I don't have to worry about blocking because I've now just moved backwards. But number two, as they expose themselves, I come high. So I have to be very good on my timing. I sit here, I wait for them to approach with their punch, and then as they do, boom. Or I could come off this side, they come forward, and I just do a little hop backwards. This is high level stuff, very difficult to accomplish, but you can practice by jamming yourself in against a bag, sort of hit, 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 go, okay, I feel too tight for a round kick, and then hop back and still land a powerful kick up at head level. These are all fantastic ways, all 5 that I gave you today, to land high kicks without really going about forcing them. And the nice thing on all of these is you don't have to blast the kick in crazy hard. It doesn't need to be 100% power. You even flick it up at 50% and lands on somebody, which, as I already explained, is far easier because the methods we're using, the person is gonna feel it. It's just snap. And because their hands are down, or at least there's more of a likelihood of their hands being down, that kick landing with lower power, it's still gonna be super devastating. So let's call it there, everybody. You enjoyed the episode, please give it a like. If you have not already, join the channel, get subscribed. As always, train hard. I'll see you back here soon for another video.